Hello everyone, I hope you had a good week. It's Nick here and it's time for a quick roundup of, well, to see which videos we've uploaded and had a look at this week. As per usual, we've made it to 5. So what has happened first? The first one was on the ZX Spectrum, Space Harrier 2 by Grand Slam in 1990. Already looked at this on the Commodore Amiga. The Spectrum version doesn't look quite like the Amiga version, but it gets the general essence of the game. I played the 128K version, which has some pretty cool music really. You've got an option of the music or the sound effects. I tried it on both. The sound effects are pretty weedy, so I would recommend having the sound on. But a nice catchy music there, and it doesn't come too much better than that. Like many Spectrum games, the gameplay suffers from a bit of, well, I don't think they could have got around this really. Everything's a bit the same colour, it's white, and when the screen's moving quick it's hard to see where you're going. That too could be said of the first game as well, but nevertheless it's quite a good game to play. We spread out the games, the systems played this week, so we've got a bit of a distribution. Next was on the Commodore Amiga, the sequel to Chuck Rock, which I enjoyed playing. This one's called Chuck Rock 2 Son of Chuck, by Core Design in 1993. Now, I don't think we played any games from the 80s this week, which is a bit weird. Anyway, Son of Chuck, it's as well as put together as the first game, but this time instead of controlling Chuck himself, the caveman, you're controlling his son. Gameplay is virtually identical, except this time the son of Chuck, the baby, is a lot smaller, and instead of picking up rocks and throwing them about, you bash them around with a club. Great music on this one. Animation is top notch, they've done a real good job. There wasn't really a sequel to this game, although I've since been told there was a sort of one called BC Racers, I believe. Didn't come out on the Amiga, was only out on the PC. It uses the characters but not actually any of the gameplay really. It was a bit of a shame because they could have done 3, 4 or even 5 of these and it would have sold quite well, I think. So I didn't complete the game, but nice touches. I slightly prefer the original over to this one, but this one's worth a look as well. So Chuck Rock 2, Son of Chuck. Next up, I have to look at my notes now, admittedly, to see what order chronologically they were in. Oh yes, the third one we had a look at, I remember it well, was, well, how could I forget this one? It's Tomb Raider in the Tomb Raider Blundering series. Get ready. I've actually completed the last stage, the Great Pyramid, so all that struggle, which has been the best part of a year, I can now say to myself, I have completed Tomb Raider. Unbelievable. By Eidos in 1996. The last stage was pretty evil. It took me a lot more than one go on this. There's some evil traps that come thick and fast near the end. Some timings you've got to get with flaming boulders and scythes and spikes and the like. And then a massive battle with Natla, your arch enemy, at the end. But I thoroughly enjoyed this game. I'll probably do a separate blog or a highlights reel, 1, 2 or 3. I don't know how many highlights there's going to be. But fantastico. Now, I might do Tomb Raider too, you know, I'm not sure. But I need a bit of a rest because this took far longer than I thought to complete. I thought it was going to be a 1 stage a week sort of thing, but little did I know how complicated that game was. But anyway, I completed it now, so take a look at all 15 stages if you must. It's the longest playthrough ever, I guess. And the next one we had a look at was, well, it was on the PlayStation 3. It was, no, actually I get it wrong. It was on the Game Boy Advance. That's the next one. I'm making a big pig's ear of this one. It was a Double Dragon Advance on the Game Boy Advance by Atlas, based on the original arcade game. Now this, it's a conversion of sorts. It's like amalgamates Double Dragon 1 and elements of Double Dragon 2 as well. But in terms of the Double Dragon series, I haven't played it on MAME at all, the arcade recreation. This is the best version I've played so far. 32-bit graphics, great sound. Control system a little bit difficult, but that's me. I'm always going to find it a bit tricky. I should be playing Teenage Mutant Turtles soon, so it'll be interesting to see how that compares to this classic Double Dragon. But it's brilliant, I'd say. It's one of my favourite fighting games. It was good, so take a look at that. Not too much you can say. The story's the same. You control Billy and Jimmy Lee. if you're in 2-player of course, and you must rescue his kidnapped girlfriend Marion, who seems to get kidnapped every game for some reason, but there we go. And the last game, which I was going to say, is on the PlayStation 3, looking gradually through Season 1 of the Pinball Arcade. It got the rather splendid Taxi. Basically, it's quite a basic table really. By Farsight in 2012, by hitting the balls up different ramps, you're a taxi driver and you have to pick up 5 paying fares. There's Gorbachev, Pinbot, some robot based around another table they've got, Dracula, Santa, and Lola. Now Lola was originally Marilyn Monroe, but they've had trouble with the licensing, I think. So that's the only reason. But a good table, nice and basic. Comes supplied with Harley Davidson. I think that's table pack 5. So have a look at that one. Quite entertaining. Some good voices and some comical speech. Next one we'll be looking at on that is Elvira, or Elvira, and the Party Monsters. And that's an absolute classic table. Should have some good fun with that. So, thanks for watching the videos as always. It's much appreciated. I'm always trying to improve. So, the bank holiday weekend coming up next week, so I had to have a bit more time to put a bit more time and effort, particularly into the blogs and these ones as well. I do like a few special effects rather than just turn the camera on, record it and upload it, as you might have noticed. But because of that, it slows down things and takes longer. I hope it's worth it. So the few of you watching this, I hope it's good stuff. Okay, so thanks for watching again as always, and till next time, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yes, let's have, oh dear.